for those that don't know you, it'd be great just to get a bit of an insight into, your own intro, your own background into golf, and go from there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, no, it's good to be on the podcast. You guys are doing a great job. So, yeah, keep it up wherever we end up today. But yeah, I'm Aaron. I work over at a place called Stonebridge Golf Club, which is pretty much between Birmingham and Coventry. Do pretty much just specialise in junior golf, really. Do a handful of adult one-to-ones, but nothing mega. And then we see about 180 odd kids each week.
Okay.
In our coaching, have a massive sort of on-course playing section to our coaching, which is really important, and then do all sorts of other events and things on the side. And as a whole, our sort of overall purpose of our coaching is to try to create as many lifelong golfers as possible. Obviously, starting out as juniors.
Superb. So typically, what ages do you start from and to? Where does it begin and end in terms of age range?
Normally it's primary school age. So as soon as they're in school, they generally come along to the group. So it's normally around 5.
Okay.
That kind of age, and then we go all the way up until I think 17. I think is the oldest we've got at the moment that's within the groups. But then they tend to stick around afterwards anyway and keep coming along for whether it's helping out or coaching or whatever. Beyond that. Superb.
And with regards to your own personal journey, obviously that's led you to junior golf. It's great to there's loads of questions that we've got on the academy itself, but just in terms of building a bit of a narrative for your own personal journey as well. What was it that led you to golf in the first place, and what then led you to junior golf specifically with the work that you're doing?
Yeah, when did it start for you? How old were you when you started with golf?
I was a bit of a sport junkie. I think I just played every single sport that was available to me. Yeah. So we used to play football, golf, squash, tennis, cricket, everything. Just if it was something to do with normally hitting something, a bat and a ball kind of style sport, whacking stuff, I was all over it. So I don't really know when I first picked up a golf club. In all honesty, I was probably 2. I don't know. Just started smacking stuff. Joined a local club. This is a pretty typical kind of PGA route of getting involved, really. Joined a club when I was about 10, 11, 12. Made a few friends at the club. Just played golf. School holidays was there 5 days a week from 9 till 9, basically. And just golfed permanently, solidly through the summer holidays and things. And ended up going to university, and I studied at Birmingham University doing the applied golf management studies, which is alongside with the PGA. Did that and came out at 21 and went straight into coaching from then. As a kid, though, I kind of always thought when I was sort of 15, 16, I always wanted to be a golf coach. That was kind of what I always wanted to do.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I always liked the idea of just working with kids because it's just a bit of a laugh, really, and just messing about for a living, and it's good fun.
We've seen your videos,
No, we
definitely have some interesting things going on.
Yeah, one of the things that kind of drew me to your account was all of the laughter, all of the noise, all of the chaos on your videos through the games and things. It's that, and that to me is junior golf. It's not it's not about the formalities, it's not about the technicalities, it's about having fun. And I think from what you're showing on your Instagram account at the minute, that's what is happening with your juniors there.
I think
absolutely, yeah.
I think what's really interesting as well is that, and I have this conversation loads when I go to take Isaac coaching, people instantly think when you see a kid that can play golf, that the only path is to become a professional golfer. And what I found really interesting in what you said then is that from about 15, 16, it wasn't playing, which generally people's perception is, because obviously we've seen you hit 324-yard drives on your Instagram account, but your instant route was a natural route was a golf coach. The
amount of kids that we see, realistically, we're never going to have 180 of those that are going to become pros.
Yeah.
Of which, how many of those actually want to become pros?
Exactly.
It's the number's very, very low. But that's not really the point of what we're trying to achieve. We're not trying to, if we get a PGA Tour golfer out of it, great. But that's not the overriding purpose of our coaching. We allow that to be possible, definitely, through the setup, but it's definitely not the purpose. And then when you speak to all those that are made it out on tour, none of them necessarily went through this set pathway of doing X, Y, and Z. And, you know, it just kind of happens, doesn't it? Kind of like it did with me. I just joined the club, I made a few mates, and it just happens, and I ended up becoming a PGA pro. I played quite high competitive. You know, I used to play for my county, Sussex, and Southeast England, and all that sort of stuff, and competed on national sort of scales quite high. But that wasn't what I wanted to do. So it's, you know, I like to think I'm the same as most kids out there that don't necessarily want to be that player.